For the cake you will need 300 grams of softened butter, 300 grams of granulated or caster sugar, 300 grams of self-raising flour, 6 medium eggs and strawberry jam. For the buttercream you will need 400 grams of softened butter, 600 grams of icing sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and food colouring of your choice. Whisk the butter, add the sugar, beat in the eggs, add the flour, use a spatula to stir in any unmixed ingredients around the sides and bottom of the bowl. Evenly distribute between 3 lined 8-inch cake tins. Today I weighed out the mixture between tins as I was making this cake as a donation to a summer fair, but for everyday cakes I do it by eye. Bake in a 180 degrees Celsius preheated oven for around 20 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. While the cake is baking, make the buttercream. Whisk the butter until fluffy. Add the icing sugar and vanilla extract. I like to do this a bit at a time, taste testing as I go, as sometimes I like my buttercream more or less sweet than others. Once the cakes are ready, leave to cool thoroughly on a cooling rack. For a nice even cake, cut off the domes. As the individual layers are quite small, I used the cake tins as a guide to get them level. Use a dollop of jam on a cake board, plate, or in my case today a cake tin lid, as glue to keep your cake on the board. Next, layer up your cake. If you don't like strawberry jam, you can use any other flavour. Chocolate spread or even buttercream works well too. Crumb coat your cake by covering it with a thin layer of buttercream, then leave it to set in the freezer for 10 minutes. If you can't use your freezer, you can leave it on the side or in the fridge, just let it set for a bit longer. Once firm, spread or pipe over a layer of buttercream, just enough so you can't see the cake layers underneath. At this point I had a couple ideas on how to decorate the cake and what colours to use, but it wasn't until I started piping that I figured out how exactly to do it. As always, I recommend using food colouring paste over liquid as it gives it a much more vibrant colour. Add the coloured buttercream to piping bags using star nozzles. My first idea was to make simple flowers, but that looked terrible, so I decided on simple rose swirls instead. For some reason at this point my camera stopped recording, but I did manage to realise near the end of decorating, so apologies for that. I basically just randomly dotted the rose swirls around the cake, but you can place them however and whatever colour you like. Store in an airtight container, consuming within a few days for freshness. This cake can also be frozen in a container for up to a month, which is what I did. Thanks for watching.